Howdy folks, James Rex and welcome back to the bench for part 2 of the bullet development video for these pump actions. And I gotta be honest, I am incredibly thrilled straight away with our results here. So, a couple of quick things, and it's not really a gripe, it's more just PSA. Guys, the hollow point diameter doesn't affect accuracy. It's a myth. It is an influential part of obviously ballistic coefficient and stuff like that, but it is not a tell of how accurate a bullet can be, even out to 200 meters. I'm going to clearly demonstrate that now. It is part of an overall picture, but just simply because a bullet has a big hollow point doesn't mean it's going to be less accurate than one that has a tiny tip. It's a myth. It's just, again, it's part of the whole balance and aerodynamic balance, etc., of the entire package. And quod erat demonstratum, bitches. I think maybe I should say that at the end. But anyway, so very first group, 60 grainers, little light ones. Cold bore shot, Fowler, and then a bit of a vertical string here. But the ES and SD on these were terrible. It was just an arbitrary load of 2206H and 2.250, and I did have like one that was 6 thou stepped out and another 6 thou stepped out, so that changed a bit, but all the 69 big holes as well were 2.250. Anyway, so the group size for the 60s at 100, total group size 0.83. The vertical string group size, so not including the cold bore shot, was 0.56. So that's a wonderful result straight off the bat. And all of these didn't do anything weird. There was no flyers or anything. I'll explain this one. I was leaning, and just as I was pulling the trigger, the chair jerked forward, and I hadn't tightened it up. And if you've ever been to the range that I shoot at, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. You got to tighten the chairs up, and there's why. But anyway, that's all on video. It's coming now. 64 grain shot a 0.760 inch group at 100, and there's just nerves got the better of me, I think, for that last little bottom one there, but there's the group there. That's still a fantastic result for a brand new untested bullet. Same powder charge in each bullet. Okay, 2.250. Away we go. Now, the 69 grain big hole won the day at 100, shooting a 5-shot group at 0.45 inches. I have excluded this for very good reason. Less than half an inch at 100. So the one with the biggest hollow point was certainly by far the most accurate. I just repeated that shot after this little mayhem. But stick around for 10 seconds for the 200 meter group. Now I only did the 5-shot groups of the 3 loads at 200, and then I just blasted the rest for a bit of funsies. And the 60 grainer at 200 meters shot a 1.36 inch group, and the wind was, a bit sort of squirrely left and right, but it's still very, very good. Very reasonable for 200 meters. The 64 grain shot, and you'll see all this on video, a 1.58 inch group, and this one here was a nerves cock-up, I guess you could call it, because this was looking so good. If I exclude my little balls up, it was a 0.837 inch group at 200. 0.837 at 200 with a 64. Now I had 4 rounds left because I had to repeat a shot with a big hole, and I should probably learn from that and always take an extra. But the 4-shot group at 200 with a gaping big hollow point was 0.574 of an inch at 200 meters, not even yards, meters, which is phenomenal in terms of accuracy. Arbitrary load, just load, go and shoot. So let's have a quick look at the video. You'll see it all play out, not hiding anything. I am really happy with this, and while that video is processing, I will do a drop chart with the BC and velocity that we got, and yeah, go from there. I think this one was 29.40, but I'll double check right at all. We'll be back in 2 seconds. Howdy folks, welcome back to the range. We are going to start off with a 60 grain bullet because I need to foul this thing in. It's been completely cleaned and stripped bare. So we'll get that done before we move over to the 69s and 64s. Really looking forward to this. This gun shoots like a laser with the 73, so I'm expecting good results after a fouler or two, but we'll soon find out. Put the chronograph on. See how we go.
$2,000.
Let's turn the sound off. Not everyone wants to hear that. So these are starting out at 2.250. Modest load.
270.08. Oh, good on you.
Okay, this is really promising. Far out. It's a little bit of vertical there. Still very nice. I'm entirely happy with that, given its spread and standard deviation. Vertical is easy to tune out, so that's really nice at 2.250. So that's 5 shots pretty quickly. We're going to let things cool off, and we're going to go straight over to the top left target, 64. Properly on the chronograph this time. I'm pretty nervous about this because I really want these things to shoot really well, so let's screw it up. This is where I start getting nervous. Shit. That's okay. That's just nerves and being uncomfortable, I think. yeah, like I said, that was it was just nerves. Okay. Look, I'm insanely happy with that. I don't know, one of them. Maybe it was the kind of... Alright, first group of the big mouths. Here we go. Come on, baby. Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. Oh, my freaking chair moved. Literally as I pulled the trigger. It's not tightened up. Yeah, I'm gonna put another one down because that's bullshit. Of course it had to happen like that. Don't really like it. Yeah. So that's not a flyer, that's just literally my chair buckled like as I was preparing to pull the trigger. Fucking wow. So anyway, there's 15 shots. Not a huge difference in impact point. All definitely sub-inch. Looks like the last 5 shots was probably around half an inch. I think that's pretty amazing for a totally untested, undeveloped bullet at this stage. That kind of accuracy, no load work at 2.250 with a charge is going to be a great thing. So let's go out to 200. Jeez, that's promising. Wow. So I'm not even pushing these 64 hard at the moment. That's pretty low velocity out of this gun anyway. But that is a sub-inch group at 200. Now I'm all nervous. Wow. Gotta fill this rear bag a little bit as well. Ah, that was me. Far out. Anyway, that was just nerves, but that's okay. Should probably try to square myself a bit better here. Now, I only have 4 shots left of big hole because my channel moved in the last group. But I'm still very happy with that, but it could be better. Just better shoot. Need a better shooter. But let's see what the big hole is at 200. See if I get myself a bit more comfortable here. Accuracy wise, you can't seem to have a problem with them. Wow, there's literally 2 in the same hole. Oh my goodness. Yep. I didn't crush that hollow point then. You're joking. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with the accuracy of those 69 big holes. I'm going to shoot at the middle left target with a 60s, just out of interest. Alright, so I had to run solver twice, just to make sure, but the 64 grain projectile in its current configuration has a G1 of approximately 0.31 or a G7 of approximately 0.155. And the 69 grain big hole, which I'm going to let some of you guys jump in and try to decide what you want to call it. You would have seen it on the first video. I've had some interesting ideas that people have suggested already, some which I won't repeat here. Its G1 is about 0.31 as well, and somewhere between 0.145 and 155 on the G7. So pretty close in terms of ballistic coefficient. Obviously one started its life at 100, much lower than the other, but we can now input this into our tables and get slightly better results. But my initial guesstimate around 0.3 was pretty damn close. So that's very, very cool. Now, stay tuned for part 3 because that might take a little while. We've got to get some of these out to people to shoot them into some animals and let us know, obviously, what the terminal performance feedback on that is like. And unfortunately, there's no other way to do that other than find some pesky pigs and let them have it. So that will be part 3 coming shortly. But to be honest, groups like that at 200, you just can't make that stuff up. Even 1.58, even with a little cock up from me. And let me grab the 100-yard groupies again. Here they are. Very freaking impressed, very happy. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but we do have a new bullet coming. And these are some 5-shot groups that we shot the other day. The 80s. Oh, well, we already make the 80s, but this is 77 grain. This is going to be a HXT bullet. There's a 5-shot group. That's the 80s. So that was the second of the 77s. That came in at, off an arbitrary load at 0.43. And the 75s, we have a first group, and then our second group was 0.241 5-shot group, a 0.57, 0.69, a 0.517 in some of the 77s, and a 0.48. So really good initial testing data for those HXT bullets, which are going to be released very soon. They are our answer to the Match King, and it's just got a higher BC. It's a better bullet. So yeah, anyway, I think we got some promise with the 69 grain big hole for the pumpies and the 64 for pumpies and everything else if you're looking for an intermediate round. So we just got to get them out, do some terminal performance testing, and that could happen tomorrow, that could happen next week, and then hopefully we can release a replacement for the 62 that's a bit more forgiving, accurate, and deadly on all fronts. See you soon.